animals, endangered species, and legendary creatures. All these definitions can be rightfully applied to axolotls. So who is axolotl? Let's start with the origin of its unusual name. Name axolotl comes from Nahuatl, the Aztec language, and sounds like axolote, where at is water, and xolote means dog or monster. So in translated version, axolotl means water dog, but in some articles you can also find it as water monster or just small monster. But despite the translation, the word monster is totally not applicable when you look at cute and lovely appearance of axolotl. According to the legend, the Aztecs had a god called Xolote, who was a dog-like deity and often depicted as a villain, as he was the god of fire, lightning, sickness and death. In Aztec mythology, Xolote was regarded to be the twin of Quetzalcoatl, god of wind, air and learning, who was one of the most important gods in the Aztec pantheon and other major Mesoamerican cultures. But unlike Quetzalcoatl, however, Xolote is traditionally given negative attributes, which explains why his name and image in Aztec art are related to dog, which was considered to be a filthy animal and viewed negatively by the Aztecs. No doubt, Xolote plays an important role in the Aztec belief system, and he appears in several myths. One of them says, when fifth sun was created by the gods, they realized that it did not move, it needed nourishment, and that meant sacrifice. The gods themselves were the first to be sacrificed to the sun. Setting the example, the Aztecs would later follow by sacrificing other humans. Xolote, however, did not want to be sacrificed, and he cried so hard that his eye sockets became empty. That's why he is portrayed as skeleton in Aztec art. So in order to escape the sacrifice with other gods, Xolote hid in Xochimilco lake waters and transformed himself into an amphibious animal which is known today as axolotl. The other legendary animal that exists today originates from Mesoamerican cultures and was believed to be another animal form of Xolote is Xoloitzcuintli or Xolo. It's Mexican hairless dog which, according to the myths, accompany the dead to their journey to eternity. In spite of this important mission in mythology, the Aztecs raised this breed not only as companion animal, but also for their meat. And talking back about axolotls, even in spite of the beliefs in their origin from the god, their meat was also consumed as a form of nutrition, and they were considered a delicacy by the Aztecs. Today, axolotls are endangered species due to urbanization, and they are on the International Union for Conservation of Nature's annual Red List of Threatened Species. Important fact is that habitat of axolotls is very limited. Nowadays they naturally exist only in Xochimilco Lake, which is located in southern part of Mexico City. Mexican walking fish is another colloquially known name of axolotl. Such definition means ability of a fish to travel over land for extended periods of time, like for example mud skippers do. But this name is not very appropriate if we talk about axolotls, because they are not fish but amphibians and aquatic animals who have adapted to live in the water, not outside. However, axolotls do have capacity to breathe air. They would probably even survive up to an hour of being outside of water. But such a long time could cause them stress, health problems, and even death. So, although axolots are amphibians, they can live only inside the water. As for visitors of aquariums with axolots or for people who take care of those species, it is not recommended to take them out of water and hold in hands longer than a couple of minutes. That's actually what makes axolots such an unusual amphibian compared to others. When they become adults, they don't develop lungs and legs for going out to the land and remain aquatic habitants. Talking about other characteristics of axolotls, their size is 15 to 45 centimeters, weight is 2 to 8 ounces, they can be white, pink and dark brown colors mostly, and live 10 to 15 years. The food of axolotls consists of worms, tadpoles, insects and small fish. Appearance of axolotl is kinda fantastic. His head from both sides has feathery looking branches, which makes him look like a small dragon. Those branches have important function, they are gills. The ability of axolotl to regenerate is also fantastic. An axolotl can grow back lost limbs in only a few weeks. It can even regenerate its lungs, heart, spinal cord, and parts of its brain. Regeneration can be done repeatedly and without any scarring. Axolotls exhibit neoteny, which means that they grow and get matured without undergoing many phases of changes. Besides unique physical characteristics, axolotls have real charming power. They easily get people's attention because they look like they are smiling all the time. The story of man who was charmed and became obsessed with axolotl is described by Argentine writer Julio Cortázar in his book Final del Juego in 1956. The popularity of axolotls keeps increasing lately in mass media and marketing. The image of axolotl can be seen in toys, t-shirt prints, drawings, digital stickers, and many other things. It is important to mention that this year it was announced that the axolotl will be featured on the new design for Mexico's 50 peso banknote, which is expected to go into circulation by 2022. Today, axolotls can be seen not only in Mexico, but in different aquariums around the world. We were lucky to see these amazing creatures right next to their habitat in Ajolotario. It is Museum of Axolotl located on Xochimilco Lake. By the way, Spanish name of axolotl is ajolote. Axolotls are totally harmless to people, but sometimes you can see something mystical and hypnotizing in them. Some people can be charmed, others fall totally in love with axolotls, but nobody can stay indifferent once they see this wonder of nature.